about the disaster assistance bill? Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are still working on the $17 million aid package. The bill would provide aid to help with natural disasters in Puerto Rico, California, the Midwest, and the Southeast, which was hit by hurricanes. Talk about the bill was a big part of the House Ag Committee hearing on the state of the rural economy. Republican Congressman Austin Scott of Georgia had some strong words about the Office of Management Budget's policy regarding crop and livestock losses. Currently, the office is pointing producers toward existing USDA safety net programs, such as crop insurance.
I appreciate the Vice President's comments. I appreciate the President's favorable comments about agriculture and the agricultural community. But when things are then handed off to people at Office of Management and Budget who consider the American farmer and the American farm family nothing but subsidy-sucking freeloaders, then there's a disconnect in what is actually coming out of the administration and what the administration is telling us they're going to do.
But many growers in the Southeast say disaster aid can't come soon enough. Ag Day's Betsy Given traveled to Georgia to talk with cotton producers.
Farmers in the Southeast have been waiting on a disaster aid relief bill for 2 years. And even if Congress does pass it now, some farmers say it'll be a big help, while others say it may be a little too late. Red dirt flies under a hot Georgia sun, what folks say is prime for peanut planting.
If we can get it done by 25th of May, we'll be in good shape.
The need for a better year brings added pressure to farmers in Jefferson County, Georgia.
We don't need to, put back-to-back bad years for one reason or another.
It's been a tough 2 years. Hurricanes Irma and Michael hitting farm ground hard, creating crop losses. The impact showing up at cotton warehouses in east central Georgia.
I've had 2 of my customers already that have not farming at all. Yeah, sad. Makes me sick to see it.
And at the banks in the region, too.
3 or 4 of our customers will not plant next year, not be able to plant, won't have the financial capacity to go forward.
The aftermath of those years and stress on farm financials still showing up.
I would say that this has been one of the toughest renewal seasons I've ever seen or been through, and the most lengthy as well.
Arrington says some bankers are still working on renewing loans for its farmers who have yet to plant cotton and peanuts. And there are a lot of reasons why. Capitol Hill promising disaster aid relief, a promise farmers in the Southeast have been waiting on for 2 years.
Any bill to fund the government will have disaster relief. I don't know how many times I've heard it.
Banks told disaster aid would be approved and dispersed. Now farmers and bankers banking on that money for operating lines are in some cases still waiting.
And we've had to stretch out some payments, some equipment payments. We've had to re-amortize some land loans, waiting for the disaster payments to come in so we can get these folks back on a positive cash flow basis.
Easterland says it's critical farmers receive disaster relief.
But the disaster payments help because it lowers the bank debt so the bank can go back and fund next year's crop. It helps that cash flow situation, helps the farmer survive.
If they don't get the money in the next couple of weeks, they're not going to be able to farm this year. A little too late for them. But in other areas where it wasn't enough to put them out of business, but they still sustain losses, that disaster aid would help pay back some of those years of losses that they've had to put as debt on their books.
This year, growers hope for a better season, a year without floods, hurricanes, and historic storms. But as every farmer knows, the future is hard to predict. Reporting for Ag Day, I'm Betsy Gibbon.